Plenty of talent come through that under-19 World Cup. Out straight to the man at cover point. Comfortable catch in the end of Faf du Plessis. Not tonight for him.
Big smiles on that purple dugout. Yeah, the big fish. That is Faf du Plessis. Cross feed.
Kamil Mishara, 11 matches and 25. The average best of 73. Richard Grava. He's tall and he's wicket-taking potential for Zimbabwe. The attempted in-swinging slanted delivery is wasted down the leg side. It's been called a wide.
It's the same pitch where Zimbabwe played Pakistan. First game of this tri-series. Zimbabwe got 147 then. Pakistan chased that down in the very last over. Today they've got 146. And it's a slightly better pitch, I feel.
He needs to be given a slip fielder, because some will climb like that off the surface, and if you keep on hitting the hard length, you'll get good results. This was a tough one for the batsman. Really did climb.
Yeah, the new ball has to talk for Zimbabwe. Simple as that. And Grava has been their best bowler. Hard new ball into the surface, extra bounce, seam movement.
Sri Lanka off the mark. In fact, they were courtesy of wide. A certain specialist to do that for your team. If the spinners have to bowl more overs, I'm talking of test match cricket, then from Pakistan it used to be Abdul Qadir who would pick the ball, not the Akrams of the world or the Yunuses of the world. Yeah, 1100 plus branches for Bank Alpha. Open your current account from nearest branch to enjoy various free services and earn Orbit rewards by maintaining or growing your balance. Oh, a little bit of hesitation, but he makes his ground at the non-striker's end.
They went off straight away, and the fielder from cover wasn't really sprinting in either. There was an opportunity. Everybody was slightly slow there, running between the wickets. And also, the fielding also wasn't as if he charged in. He just sort of ambled through, the throw not great. So overall, not great cricket.
Could have underarmed it. Took extra bit of time in releasing the ball. That's an excellent delivery. Shaped back into the stumps, this time on target. Some will keep low, some will jump, so you've got to keep an eye, a firm eye on the ball as a batsman. Make sure that you watch it ever so closely.
Grava did get Nisanka out in that previous game, previous encounter, short ball, cramping him for room.
missing the stumps. But a good enough delivery to get that appeal from everyone. Nearest timer is on. They're not opting for it. 3 without a wicket.
तुम ना एक्टिंग स्कूल जाओ। कोलगेट ने पूरे 24 घंटे तक कैविटी से हिफाजत।
तो कैविटी का कोई चांस नहीं।
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने दें। मोर देन 2 लाख ग्रोसरी आइटम्स के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा। पेपा कार्ड है? तो फायदा है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले। पेपा आज ही अपने बैंक से डरवाएं।
Triangle by Goofy.
Try triangle by Goofy.
Third fielders both in the circle. Gets hit through the mid-wicket area for 4. That's excellent hit. Over pitching on the pads and beautifully maneuvered.
Yeah, missing his length. Just too full. And there's no swing. Normally he gets his ball to swing across the left-hander. That one just carried on and helped away on leg side.
Just got to tighten up here, Zimbabwe. If you're not picking up a wicket, make sure that you make run scoring difficult. That was kind of a throwdown put away through mid-wicket for 4. Another one ball on the pads. Right, surprise, surprise. So, where did it pitch? Within the stumps, in line, impact, hitting the stumps. And there's an appeal from Zimbabwe, but not a terrific one. Not really appealing for that. Going out of it rather quickly. Not out given by the umpire. And if he's looking at the big screen, he'll be bitterly disappointed. Oh, that's a beauty. That really is a top quality delivery. Moved after hitting the length. Batsman was shaping to hit it over mid-on. A lovely seam position.
That's his natural way. Gets the ball to swing away from the left-hander. And he's gone round the wicket now. Any little bit of movement, any little straightening just gets exaggerated once you create that angle from round the wicket to the left-hander.
Just putting in extra bit of effort. A wasted effort. That's 4 wides. 5 in fact.
A few unforced errors here from Zimbabwe. DRS review not taken. This one down the leg side, gifting runs. Final couple of overs as well, just 14 they scored. So passage of play where things not going according to plan.
It can be tough to handle the new ball if you're a rookie and he's still making his mark in international circuit. Aposa really went wild down the leg side. Yeah, that's where he needs to be. A Paul Tea Lounge, our very own. No wonder we're getting a dodgy DRS in courtesy. The Hawkeye people are out there sipping tea. What's wrong with you guys? Yeah, never in, a tough one for the keeper also. That ball just absolutely died, scooted along the ground to the wicket keeper.
Yeah, bit of sea movement, uncomfortable. for Taylor. Another run just given away. 13 now Sri Lanka.
Yeah, when he gets it right, he becomes such a good bowler. End of the over, it's 14 without a wicket down.
जी के साथ जो बालों को बनाए सिल्की और मजबूत, मेथी दाना और कलौंजी का कमाल, नो मोर उलझे बाल। तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम, टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने दें। मोर देन 2 लाख ग्रोसरी आइटम्स के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा।
360-day career. That's gone past the man in the ring for 4 on the pads. It's not happening for Zimbabwe. They've been rather frivolous with their line and direction.
Yeah, just going down leg side. All Nisanka had to do is get bat on it, and that he did. Fine in the circle, so easy pickings.
Smashed, absolutely smashed. Picked up the length early and hit it straight.
Yeah, worried look, Sikandar Raza. Just flat batted that as Nisanka. Not worried about going right back. He just stood tall and smashed it to the fence. Going along rather nicely now with this opening partnership.
That's the problem, because you're looking to be miserly, and every now and then you've seen Zimbabwean bowlers just lose the plot, and so the pressure that you want to exert, it goes for a toss by bowling all over. So you've got to be thinking wickets there. No slip in place. You're at the mercy of the Sri Lankans. Full pitch delivery, didn't time it properly, but still earns him a single. Lanka in need of a win, absolute need of a win to feel good about the Tri-Nations. Five men were on the offside still. Sama bowled that middle leg stump line. Hello here. 100% confidence with dandruff-free hair. That length and the bounce that he's getting is not going to get batsmen bowled out. I mean, he can through an inside edge most probably, but chances are for the ball to fly in the slip cordon, unless he pitches the ball right up, that'll be not his natural length. His natural length is back of the length. I think Zimbabweans are missing a trick here. floated it wide, been given a wide.
Interesting now how Sri Lanka approached this. Remember, Sri Lanka need to win this game. Most probably the easiest passage is that they win the next game against Pakistan too, if they want to get to the final.
Pull shot played away nicely into the gap for four. That is such a good shot. In position early and played it away from the two fielders in the deep. This is turning out to be one impressive start from Sri Lanka. 29 without a wicket down.
अरे सुनो राइट तो सब राइट कर दिया खाना बनाओ मैजिकल कोका कोला मैजिकल ऑफर के साथ 1.5 लीटर बॉटल पर जीतो 350 ml बॉटल फ्री QR कोड स्कैन करो और इंस्ट्रक्शंस फॉलो करो तो ले आओ 1.5 लीटर बॉटल्स और जीतो लाखों 350 ml बॉटल्स बिल्कुल फ्री
तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप नया लाइफ पॉइंट नेचुरली सिल्की शैम्पू मेथी दाना और कलौंजी के साथ जो बालों को बनाए सिल्की और मजबूत मेथी दाना और कलौंजी का कमाल नो मोर उलझे बाल
Evans has been amongst wickets. Different to Angrava because he doesn't hit the length hard. He tries to pitch the ball up.
Does hit the seam though and gets the ball to seam either way, so if he gets his length right, he is a handful, especially with the new ball.
That's bad bowling actually on the pads. Zimbabwe's not probably warmed up to the task. They've been up and down. 3 wickets in his last contest. In Sri Lanka, they're targeting the stumps. Bouncer, full of length and a bouncer, then a yorker. It's up in the air. Sikandar Raza, head down. Motors after that one. Take a free moment. Download now and get the insurance you need on your fingertips. It's not good bowling. Acreage of area to work the ball away into the fence.
Yeah, swings it leg side. And, Sri Lanka now just motoring. 5 boundaries. This was the 5th of the innings so far. It is a matter of net run rate. Sri Lanka can really motor and get to this target quickly, say 13, 14 overs maybe. Then they give themselves a little chance.
Quicker one, appeal from the bowler. Keeper is not very reactive, he says no. Right, what is happening? DRS timer is on. Might as well take a punt, take a call. Yeah, he goes for it.
Have a player review for what behind. Original decision is not out.
Yeah, surprised him with extra bit of pace and it had good bounce on it as well. He had earlier tried his hand at playing the pull shot. It was kind of a miscue. It hit the splice of the blade. Remember, it was only the bowler who appealed vociferously. Wider of the stumps. Got no reaction, almost no reaction from the keeper. This will be decisive. Ultra edge. Not close to the glove or the bat or the helmet. Ultra edge remains very silent. No reaction, and so it's a not out.
Asif Yaqub and Brendan Taylor realized that there wasn't a nick. But for Sri Lanka, if they win this quickly, then they give themselves a little margin. You can also lose to Pakistan on a little margin and still qualify.
It's been leg side-ish from that angle. Evans has not started off well here. 4 overs have been bowled, 35 without a wicket.
नया लाइफ पॉइंट नेचुरली सिल्की शैम्पू मेथी दाना और कलौंजी के साथ जो बालों को बनाए सिल्की और मजबूत। मेथी दाना और कलौंजी का कमाल, नो मोर उलझे बाल।
पेपाक है तो ऐड टू कार्ट है। पेपाक है इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम, हर जगह चले पेपाक। आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
हैंडसम ग्लो चाहिए तो यूज कर विंसे 3x हैंडसम, जिसका ट्रिपल एक्शन फॉर्मूला दे लॉन्ग लास्टिंग ग्लो। विंसे 3x हैंडसम, एक्सक्लूसिवली हिज।
Triangle by Goofy.
Try Triangle by Goofy.
It's been a mixed bag for Zimbabwean bowlers. Every now and then they've sprayed the ball. Couple of good deliveries followed by a couple of not so good deliveries. 9 extras in a start of just 4 overs.
It hasn't been the start that Zimbabwe wanted. Sikandar Raza banking on his fast bowlers. We've been pretty decent throughout this tri-series. Got the ball to swing up front. They're the most potent bowlers in the attack.
That's hit hard and misses the fielder. He was on the run, dashing across to pick up what would have been a super catch. But this was belted into the fence.
Yeah, and Lanka has played a couple of pull shots. This is the second time that he's really got in position and nailed the pull shot. It's went flat, but reasonably in the gap.
He's a short fellow, so very quick on the take at that short ball, short length. 19 of just 11. Yeah, that's hit hard over the infield for 4. This is pretty ordinary stuff from Maposa. Staying in the crease and helping himself.
Yeah, it was short and it was wide and it was 4. That's a poor delivery and dealt with. He's very good off the back foot, square of the wicket. Pull shot, now a cut shot. A stray in that length to him.
Reload, please. Looking for a slow ball. Now that fellow could hit the ball through point area. I remember when he struck probably the fastest 100. I was playing that game in Singapore. 48 ball 100 he got, and it felt like eternity because all we were doing is collecting the ball from the fence, getting it back to the bowler, and then returning to get it back again. It's just a phenomenal hitter, phenomenal batsman. Short ball, he's not learning. And it's been an easy stay at the crease for Nisanka, and more claps from the coach. Sri Lanka in a desperate situation. It's a must-win game for them, and they're going at a very good pace there.
There are 3 boundaries in the over, all short deliveries. Pull shot over square leg, then a cut shot, and then a pull shot in front of square, almost mid-on. 49 now. Sri Lanka want to really hammer the advantage home.
That's hit over the cover for 4. This is excellent batting and poor bowling. 50 partnership is raised in no time.
Lanka in his element. After those short balls is pitched up. He's enjoying this is Sanat Jayasuriya. 53 now. A couple of deliveries remain for the 5th over.
Right, so Sanat Jayasuriya got that 100 of just 48 balls. That stood as the fastest in that period for a little while. Play and a miss. Just want to confirm the bowling attack that we had, which was pulverized and absolutely belted. Waqar Yunus, 10 overs, 62. Mohammad Akram, 7 overs, 66. Saklan Mushtaq, 10 overs, 45. Very decent. Aqib Javed, 10 overs, 65. Amir Sohail, 8 overs, 73. He was the captain as well. Salim Malik, 5 overs, 1 for 34. And he's the culprit, bad man. Five done, 54 without a wicket down.
Coffee oat milk. अपना snack improve करो. इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने दें. More than 2 lakh grocery items के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा.
नया लाइफ पॉइंट नेचुरली सिल्की शैम्पू मेथी दाना और कलौंजी के साथ जो बालों को बनाए सिल्की और मजबूत. मेथी दाना और कलौंजी का कमाल. नो मोर उलझे बाल.
खाना बनाओ मैजिकल. कोका-कोला मैजिकल ऑफर के साथ. A 1.5 लीटर बॉटल पर जीतो 350 ml बॉटल फ्री. QR कोड स्कैन करो और इंस्ट्रक्शंस फॉलो करो.
Edged gone for 4.
Runs are flowing. 58 the start here for Sri Lanka. Sanka, one of those not controlled shots, but once again finds the boundary. Striking at over 200 now. Zimbabwe still searching. Just think they've missed their lengths on the shorter side and providing width in that combination. It's been very effective for Sri Lanka and their opening batters.
That's more like it. Need to be on a length and probably right on the stumps. Have gone away from what is their DNA as a bowling group. Just generally they'll be in that area and look to pepper that in the first 6 and cause trouble to whatever batting lineup. But today, this opening partnership has just had feasting capabilities. Pakistan's smartest hatchback EV. Inverix EV. Yeah, in this power play, Sri Lanka normally have had difficulty, struggled to get started, and they've not had to do anything here. They've just taken what they've been given. It's been sprayed all over the place in terms of line, in terms of length. Uncharacteristic, really, from the trio of Garava, Maposa, as well as Evans. In the air and taken. He's a very good fielder, Wellington Masakadza. They nearly got in each other's way, but finally they get one. And Evans is the one who provides.
It is the wicket of Kamil Mishara. Not being able to get complete from the middle of the bat, high on the bat, and a very good catch. Very good in the field. See him take a good one in the previous game also, Masakadza. Finally, the breakthrough has happened. Mishara goes for 12, Sri Lanka 59 for 1.
राबिया का बेस्ट ब्रेड
उसका कैमरा।
वाह
और कितना खींचोगी?
अम्मी, दुनिया को पाकिस्तान की अलग तस्वीर दिखानी है, उसकी खूबसूरती की। जब तक दिखाऊंगी नहीं, रुकूंगी नहीं।
मैं इसके ख्वाबों के बीच किसी को नहीं आने दूंगी, जरासीम को भी नहीं। इसीलिए लाइफ बॉय।
बड़े ख्वाबों को दे लाइफ बॉय की बड़ी हिफाजत, तो दे जरासीम से 100% यकीनी हिफाजत।
अम्मी, मेरी पाकिस्तान की तस्वीर जीत गई।
खाना बनाओ मैजिकल, कोका कोला मैजिकल ऑफर के साथ। हर 1.5 लीटर बॉटल पर जीतो 350 ml बॉटल फ्री। QR कोड स्कैन करो और इंस्ट्रक्शंस फॉलो करो तो ले आओ 1.5 लीटर बॉटल्स और जीतो लाखों 350 ml बॉटल्स बिल्कुल फ्री।
तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम, टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
Triangle by Goofy.
Try triangle by Goofy.
हैंडसम ग्लो चाहिए तो यूज कर विंसे 3x हैंडसम, जिसका ट्रिपल एक्शन फॉर्मूला दे लॉन्ग लास्टिंग ग्लो। विंसे 3x हैंडसम, exclusively his.
It's given. They've got a nice platform here. Beautiful punch off the back foot, and it's away for 4. What a start for Kusal Mendes.
That is exquisitely timed. What a shot to get off the mark. Gets stalled on top of the bounce. And it is all touch, class and timing. Very quick this outfield here in Rawalpindi. Ball continues to skip off the turf. It's not the worst of deliveries from Evans. Maybe just a hint of whiff. Kusal Mendes very good to react.
$64 for 1.
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने दें। मोर देन 2 लाख ग्रोसरी आइटम्स के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा।
नया लाइफ बॉय नेचुरली सिल्की शैम्पू, मेथी दाना और कलौंजी के साथ, जो बालों को बनाए सिल्की और मजबूत। मेथी दाना और कलौंजी का कमाल, नो मोर उलझे बाल।
Length, which is what they normally do. So been on the shorter side, perhaps trying to go into the pitch too much rather than hit what is length and slightly back of it as they normally do. It's meant that Sri Lanka have got a fast start way ahead of the curve in the first 6 overs. And in order for them to go wrong from here in the quest to get to 147, and they'd need a calamitous collapse, really, some brilliance from the Zimbabweans. They need to take another wicket here and get 2 new batters in order to get in and kind of be in this contest once again. Into the next part of the game. It's a Kandaraza. Just short of that mid-wicket. Yeah, have a look at the Zimbabwean seamers today, and 48% is in the short area, but also just have a look at the variance of where those are pitching. Not one pitching in the same place, really. And as you look at the pitch map, just kind of have a look. What you want is patterns early on so you can determine what's going on. So you want a grouping somewhere, it'll tell you where they're trying to bowl. There isn't. So you can't tell looking from that pitch map what it is or what length it is that the bowlers felt would be most successful We also generally talk about in the power play the fact that you want to be right on the stumps. And if you look down the tram line that's in the middle, minimal deliveries in there, but either side, many. As I say, uncharacteristic to this Zimbabwean side because on tour here and just generally, the control's pretty good and they tend to hit a length and keep it quite simple and stay on the stumps. Must fight back from there though, forget that, move along, get into the rest of the game. 68 for 1.
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने दें मोर देन 2 लाख ग्रोसरी आइटम्स के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा
खाना बनाओ मैजिकल कोका कोला मैजिकल ऑफर के साथ अ 1.5 लीटर बॉटल पर जीतो 350 ml बॉटल फ्री क्यूआर कोड स्कैन करो और इंस्ट्रक्शंस फॉलो करो तो ले आओ 1.5 लीटर बॉटल्स और जीतो लाखों 350 ml बॉटल्स बिल्कुल फ्री
तो शॉपिंग बेशुमार है इन स्टोर ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले फायदे पे फायदा दे पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवा
हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम.
And what Zimbabwe need from the middle of the game is that their spinners go well.
That's what the spin duo of Sri Lanka did. Between the four, Tikshana and Hasaranga picked up 4 wickets. In the 4 overs, they both kept the scoring rate tight as well. Zimbabwe will expect Masakadza and Sikandar Raza to do the same.
AFC, the official food partner. Oh, stayed down. He's done well to catch up with that. Kept watching it, Nisanka. And got the bat down in time.
Not the first time. So there's a couple of times when Hasaranga was bowling as well. Sikandar Raza, if I remember correctly, was batting a couple that just stayed low.
And it should be an encouragement to stay on the stumps. These vagaries in the pitch.
As what we spoke about, even the seamers, the Sri Lankan seamers who kept it very tight in line with the stumps, got a natural deviation. Certain deliveries just laterally moved off the surface, all in line with the stumps. You said it required a collapse of the edges here. The moment Sri Lanka found themselves on a set platform. You mentioned that on tour, Zimbabwe this time and in the recent past have kept the grouping together. This is almost now twice in a row, even against Pakistan in the power play first up. 53 for 1 Pakistan. Sajjada Farhan was very good to crack on shorter, wider stuff. Power play tonight as well, 64 for 1. The over 72 for 1.
I tell you why I differentiate with that Sajjada Farhan innings is because
हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप नया लाइफ पॉइंट नेचुरली सिल्की शैम्पू मेथी दाना और कलौंजी के साथ जो बालों को बनाए सिल्की और मजबूत मेथी दाना और कलौंजी का कमाल नो मोर उलझे बाल
कैविटी है क्या? मैं स्कूल कैसे जाऊंगा?
तुम ना एक्टिंग स्कूल जाओ
कोलगेट ने पूरे 24 घंटे तक कैविटी से हिफाजत
तो कैविटी का कोई चांस ही नहीं.
पेपा कार्ड है तो फायदा है इन स्टोर ऑनलाइन एंड
much better this, and these two experienced men, Nisanka and Mendes. Super Asia, Pakistan's leading home appliances brand. Automatic washing machine, magic of one touch. Yeah, dead straight like that. Make them try and work it off the stumps either side of the wicket.
Sikandar Raza normally will bowl very quick. He'll be around that 90 km mark. He's got subtle variations in his action. Hides the ball behind. Captain will need to play a part here. Just there as well. That's the line you want to be, and the length as well. Because he's so quick, if you miss on the back foot, there's a massive chance he can trap you right in front. So Kusal Mendes will have to be careful if he jumps onto the back foot. He's done well. Very watchful Mendes. The moment out of the power play with the spin in tandem, looking to rotate strike ones and twos. Boundaries have just dried up. No boundaries since the last 3 overs now. Sri Lanka still well ahead.
It's well bowled. 75 for 1.
एक और कार्ड है तो फायदा है। इंस्टोर ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले। पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवा।
अरे सुनो, प्रैक्टिस ऑलराइट कर दिया ना?
कॉफी ओट मिल्क, अपना स्नैक इंप्रूव करो।
सिंपल ना, हैंडसम ग्लो चाहिए तो यूज कर। Wednesday.
Now you talk about the give and take in terms of the game. Now Kusal Mendes extremely experienced. Nisanka is sitting comfortable at 42 of 28. Plan from them, even if the boundaries have dried up, could be just knock the ball around. Ones and twos, does the job. The odd bad delivery goes to the boundary. Don't think they need to change anything. Should be happy to play out a period as well, even if the boundaries dry up. Alright, it's time for you to hit the cinemas. Buy your tickets. Neelofer is out on the 28th of November, just in a couple of days. It promises to be a great watch. Fawad Khan and Myra Khan in action again. There's a bit of action. Into the night sky and all the way for 6 from Mendes. That is some strike.
Nimble. Very quick feet. Left very late and got right to the pitch of the ball. And once he got there, it was good night. Straight as you like. And it's gone for a tea in one of the hospitality boxes. Wonderful strike for 6.
They're so good because knowing Masakadza again, not the biggest turnaround there, so he can trust him on line. Picks up the length early. And it's not like he's right up to the pitch of the ball. It's not smothering the spin because there isn't much. So he can still afford to hit through the line of the ball.
Yeah. Along with the caution, that too, Mendes isn't risky. Only becomes risky if he tries to go across it or if he tries to work it off the straight into off a leg side. But once he got to the pitch, easy enough for him, and it just eases the pressure again. There have been 20 odd balls since they've got a boundary. They've got one, they can start again. And this was missing from their game previously. It just looked as though they were stop or go. Must admit though that when Mendes, Nisanka, Kusal Pereira, when they're knotted, it looks entirely different with the rest that are less experienced. Ten off that one, 10 gone, 10 to go. 85 for 1.
तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
हंसम फ्लो चाहिए तो यूज कर विन से 3x हंसम जिसका ट्रिपल एक्शन फॉर्मूला दे लॉन्ग लास्टिंग ग्लो विन से 3x हंसम एक्सक्लूसिवली हिट्स
तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
पेपर कार्ड है तो फायदा है इन स्टोर ऑनलाइन एनएटीएम हर जगह चले पेपर आज ही अपने बैंक से डरवाएं।
तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
Wear your attitude. Darren Sony by Oscar Ali.
कॉफी और मिल्क अपना स्नैक इंप्रूव करो
तो शॉपिंग बेशुमार है इन स्टोर ऑनलाइन एनएटीएम हर जगह चले फायदे पे फायदा दे पेपर आज ही अपने बैंक से डरवाएं।
कैविटी है क्या? मैं स्कूल कैसे जाऊंगा?
तुम ना एक्टिंग स्कूल जाओ।
हर माँ जानती है कि कोलगेट मैक्सिमम कैविटी प्रोटेक्शन ये पूरे 24 घंटे तक कैविटी से हिफाजत।
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने दें मोर देन 2 लाख ग्रोसरी आइटम्स के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैदा संभाल लेगा।
हंसम फ्लो चाहिए तो यूज कर विन से 3x हंसम जिसका ट्रिपल एक्शन फॉर्मूला दे लॉन्ग लास्टिंग ग्लो विन से 3x हंसम एक्सक्लूसिवली हिट्स
तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
कैविटी है क्या? मैं स्कूल कैसे जाऊंगा?
तुम ना एक्टिंग स्कूल जाओ।
हर माँ जानती है कि कोलगेट मैक्सिमम कैविटी प्रोटेक्शन ये पूरे 24 घंटे तक कैविटी से हिफाजत।
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने दें मोर देन 2 लाख ग्रोसरी आइटम्स के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैदा संभाल लेगा। पेपर है तो ऐड टू कार्ट है इन स्टोर ऑनलाइन एनएटीएम हर जगह चले पेपर आज ही अपने बैंक से डरवाएं।
खाना बनाओ मैजिकल कोका कोला मैजिकल ऑफर के साथ 1.5 लीटर बॉटल पर जीतो 350 ml बॉटल फ्री क्यूआर कोड स्कैन करो और इंस्ट्रक्शंस फॉलो करो तो ले आओ 1.5 लीटर बॉटल और जीतो लाखों 350 ml बॉटल्स बिल्कुल फ्री।
Few of them. That's where the runs have come for. What Zimbabwe have tried to do is hit the deck, which is the right thing, but they've gone away from their natural length. The two fast bowlers, they're tall, they hit back of a length. But today, with the thought process of hitting the deck hard, they've gone short. And that's what happens when you try too hard, Bazit.
I didn't get movement up front. They banged the pitch hard. Also wayward. Really? No, just going down. It's actually the spinners that have given Zimbabwe a little bit of control. Fast bowlers were taken too. He's hit it hard down the ground. Just be the single.
Couple of balls ago, down the wicket as well, but it was more the angle. Probably taking, oops, something in his eye. Sliding down, leg side I would say. 12.4 overs is what Sri Lanka needed to score the 147 to come on par or just sneak ahead of Zimbabwe on run rate. That's out the window. Now what Sri Lanka should focus on is getting these runs with these two in the middle. Why I say that, Bazid, is Sri Lanka need Pathum Nisanka in form, Kusal Mendis in form. So time in the middle is what's required.
And if they win this, then the equation very simple. You win against Pakistan, you qualify, you lose, you're out.
Next game against Pakistan.
Yes, I was hoping for more from you.
The hot Pakistan or the cold Pakistan?
The unbeaten Pakistan, 88 for 1.
नया लाइफ पॉइंट नेचुरली सिल्की शैम्पू मेथी दाना और कलौंजी के साथ जो बालों को बनाए सिल्की और मजबूत। मेथी दाना और कलौंजी का कमाल, नो मोर उलझे बाल।
Triangle by Goofy. Try Triangle by Goofy.
Yeah, that kind of night. Cover up.
It's been getting colder day by day. Snow in the mountains not too far away. Visible from here, the Murray Mountains. Areas we visited during our playing days.
Nice little cold breeze. Evans. Yes, at the moment everything pretty simple for Sri Lanka. They've had a good game. Back end were very good with the ball. Now this partnership, Nisanka backing well. Just the game they needed to go into that big game. They've got now, essentially two games to win the tri-series. And the knockout stages have started from today.
Hang on, 58 to get. We've seen strange things happen. Got to be careful. Just keep chipping away rather than allowing that required rate to climb up and to be quite a tight situation later on. Just keep that rhythm going. Keep it flowing. You can have a cup of tea later. Let the fans have the tea right now. Tapal tea, Pakistan's #1 brand.
This is what Zimbabwe were lacking early on. Back of a length. Evans is so good at just hitting that length. Gets a little bit of seam movement, but maybe a few runs short with the bat. And the start with the ball, not exactly to plan.
It was a different Sri Lanka, though. They came out with a plan. Dasun Shanak opened the bowling with Tikshana. And the execution was a lot better. There was a purpose across the park. Then following on from there, the batters that they need in form, Nisanka, Kusal Mendis, getting those much needed batting time out there. 6.84, suddenly that required rate climbing up because the last 2-3 overs have been pedestrian from Sri Lanka's point of view.
Quickly off, wants a second, and races back. Oh, a direct hit. Might have been very interesting.
And he's run himself out, hasn't he? In both T20 internationals in this tri-series. Kusal Mendis. And would that have, that probably would have been the third, if that was a direct hit. Nisaka 49. He's looked very good today.
Into onside and gets a single, gets to his 18th T20I 50. Relief in the Sri Lanka squad. The main man is back in form. 93 for 1.
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने दें। More than 2 lakh grocery items के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा।
हैंडसम ग्लो चाहिए? तो यूज कर विंसे 3x हैंडसम, जिसका ट्रिपल एक्शन फॉर्मूला दे लॉन्ग लास्टिंग ग्लो। विंसे 3x हैंडसम, एक्सक्लूसिवली हिज।
Cameras are 3 overs or 10. One bowler has been very consistent.
They played him carefully, watchfully. But still 3 overs, 3.1 overs for 11 runs. Way too much respect, I'd say. Want to be smoother than that against the spinners.
But as you did mention, Russ, Mendes and Nisanka in form makes a huge difference, especially where Sri Lanka's batting is the problem.
So, watch out, Pakistan.
Early call, as you do, Russ.
Smarty pants, huh? Well, what about this moment?
A flicker-free moment. That was probably Pakistan team. Download flicker-free app and get the insurance you need on your fingertips. Nicely played, a sweep shot in the air and in the gap. That is a good connection from Nisanka.
Been a long, long time in the context of a T20 game. Bird towards the leg side, and that's the first boundary of Sikandar Raza's spell. Comes in his penultimate ball.
Single down the ground and the 100 raised. It is 13 overs, 100 for 1, Sri Lanka.
जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और का
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने दें। More than 2 lakh grocery items के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा।
The bowlers too. Pitch it up, he'll knock you down the ground as well. But the Nisanka still there. Needs to see these innings through just to get everyone breathing better in that dugout.
And Grava. Tries that little sweep shot. He's got enough on it and plenty more. It's actually carried all the way.
Ooh. Not in control. Not a shot that you usually see him play. Didn't really know where it went, but it's gone all the way. In the course of an innings, you see edges, you see inside edges, outside edges. You get beaten, but you kick on. 47 then off 45. Fine leg goes out to the boundary.
It was 12.4 overs that Sri Lanka had to get to this target. in order to jump ahead of Zimbabwe's net run rate. That has been picked up. Magnificent. If that previous one was iffy, nothing wrong with this one. Maximum.
53, the partnership of 46. Yep, in total control. Uses the pace. No difference if the fine leg was there because the line was such, the length was such that it was right in his arc. Nisanka rattling along.
Into the offside. Just the one this time around, but now it's a matter of if Sri Lanka getting 2 points here and then try and get 2 points in that game against Pakistan. Net run rate will not come into play.
Yep, irrelevant now. Selfie moment, the We Go Tell mobile selfie moment it is. Always a moment where it gets the best out of people, the smiles, the poses.
Thursday, as things stand right now, Sri Lanka do get these 34 runs. Sri Lanka win, they get to the final. If they lose, Zimbabwe, Pakistan final.
How nervous do you think Pakistan will be?
Oh, very nervous. They'll be like that flicker-free moment. Down the track, gives himself a little bit of momentum. Just gets it to that point fence, gets a single. 33 now required. Partnership 55 of 49. Lanka's batted well, but Mendes needs time in the middle. Worked away. Just speed the single. 115 for one after 14.
12 fours and 3 sixes. They've not spared anything, of course. You bowl that wide, most batters will put you away. Nisanka especially. Good off the short ball, he's picked them off to either side.
अरे सुनो राइट तो सब राइट कर दिया ना
Zimbabwe now needs some overs where they get back-to-back wickets. Masakadza into the attack. It's the spinners that have been slightly better with the control. But so far it's looked very simple for Sri Lanka.
We haven't seen it turn. Just varied their pace, just got it up there. And Sri Lanka also have been happy to knock it around because they've got ahead of the game. The way they were able to get runs off the faster bowlers. The value of that 10th wicket partnership that Zimbabwe came up with against Pakistan 2 days ago. 44 runs. That adds pressure on the opposition. It's got them a little bit of a cushion, forcing Sri Lanka and telling them if you want to knock us out, you've got to win your games. You're not going to get ahead on the net run rate. 44 runs would probably mean a cushion of 4-5 overs here in this game.
Trying to get that finer of short third. 73 or 50. 28 to win. And then Sanka really motor and get 27 out of the 28.
You really do need these two to see it through. It's all about confidence. It's all about how you feel. You set back-to-back wickets. Lose a wicket here, the next batter gets in. And if he happens to get a good ball, he'll go into the next game low on confidence, watching or thinking what he should do. You don't want that. You want everyone to feel good. Garava does well. 2 leg buys, ends the 15th with Sri Lanka 122 for 1. Sri Lanka need 25 of 30 balls. Zimbabwe need to drag this right to the last over. Can they do that, Tommy?
Yeah, good question. I think a wicket's much needed. Has been for some time. Just not been able to prize out Nisanka, who's been very good. 74 from 51. They've got to find it somehow. What's been difficult to do because of the work done by these two experienced players is to just build some pressure, something that will cause them to try and play a big shot or to try and take the wrong ball on. Calculated it really well and then executed well, which has been missing from their group. Still, you keep dragging it out and you try and get it to that last over, and then you never know.
Clean hitting. Beautiful batting. That's not the first time he's played that shot. Every time the ball has been pitched in his zone, it's travelled, it's gone.
Yeah, first thing is clarity with regard to your game plan, and then the second thing is the execution of stroke once you've decided that's where you're going. He's been spot on with both. Full here, nose mid-off is up, and he's going to go over the top, and he's hit it cleanly for 4.
Oh, that is some shot. That's gone all the way for 6. Made a cracking, crunchy shot. Noise, sound.
Just excellent from Pathum Nisanka. Sri Lanka's Pathum.
It was more like a Pathum. Tremendous hit. Picked up the length so early, being straight driven, shortened the length, went over mid-wicket for 6. Makes room, slices it past the infield on the bounce to the man running in from deep cover. KFC Flip, where are you? The bucket challenge. We all wait in anticipation. There they are. Bucket full of fun.
Some actually flip it. Well, actually, maybe one did. The rest just put it on like a hat. You shouldn't be able to win if you do that.
Fourteen of 27 balls. Sri Lanka finally coming into their own. They were almost dead and buried in the last couple of matches and just looked vibed enough. Just didn't look interested enough, and certainly now finding form, finding their feet.
Yeah, it could still be too little too late, you know, because of how big their defeat was early on. Their couple of defeats, it's meant that they've kind of made a difficult task for themselves. They've got to win here, and they've got to win again against Pakistan. And so for Zimbabwe to drag this out, and we were talking about this at the start of the the tri-series, to say no game is kind of dead at the beginning because you have net run rate at the back end. You've got to earn the right to play in that final.
Nicely placed shot for a couple of runs.
But this chalk and cheese in terms of their batting performance and the way that they've played in the games before, this is more like the Sri Lankan side that is expected. And the batting up at the top and just one down here, and it's experienced players that are doing it. Nissanka, wonderful player, has had a really good 2025. It'll please that Sri Lankan legend no end.
He's been out there from the start. Must be very cold, Sanat Jayasuriya. Please go back into the dugout now. Your team is doing well. They'll probably win this now. 137 for 1.
Yeah, better you than me, Sanat. It's freezing.
कॉफी ओट मिल्क अपना स्नैक इंप्रूव करो। इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने दें। मोर देन 2 लाख ग्रोसरी आइटम्स के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा।
Never have imagined him to be a coach, really. Of all the batsmen, I mean, a blistering batsman. Very temperamental, you know. Wasn't happy with hitting just 1 6. It had to be kind of 6 sixes in 1 over. And there he is, calm and quiet and observant. That's not a good ball. And that's been an issue, Tommy, with the Zimbabwean bowling today. Couple of them on target and then 3 off target.
Yeah, been off. It's fair to say that, and they'll feel that as well. Generally, in the couple of games before, you'd say that there was a control there. There was a bit in the Pakistan game where they were kind of taken apart by a batter who'd got in and they couldn't contain them at the back end, and they ended up going for 195. But by and large, the control has been good.
Smashed. Easily done over the infield for 4. This is too easy now for Nissanka into the 90s. What a knock he's playing.
Wonderful sound off the bat. He's found the middle of the bat pretty much from the word go. And he's been the one to lead the assault here. Percentage cricket played as well. He's taken the right options at the right times. Really given Zimbabwe nothing in the way of opportunity, and has made sure of this imminent, impending victory.
Yeah, that's gone all the way for 6. Magnificent hit. It's done and dusted. He's short of the 100. 98 not out, but it's such an important innings because next in line is Pakistan, and you'd want your opener to be in red hot form, your top order to be in good shape. Seriously good hitting and batting from Nissanka. Sri Lanka winning this quite easily in the end by 9 wickets.
The way that he reacted there, Nissanka, I think he was trying to just hit that for 4. Because he's looking at the scoreboard and recognized that it was 5 required to win, and if he hits it for 4, then he can get to 96. And then look at the reaction. Rather than arms aloft and the job is done, he's going, oh, I haven't got my 100. Doesn't matter, don't worry about it, it's not about that. You've won the game, and it makes it no less a magnificent innings that it doesn't have 3 figures. Particularly when you speak of T20s, actually, in modern times now, the way that it's played, really the number that